So, you know that feeling, right? That subtle, well, maybe not so subtle, clench in your stomach when you realize it's alternate side parking day.
Oh, yeah. That's scramble.
Exactly. You're juggling work, life, everything, and just try not to get that parking ticket. It's like this low-level stress. It's just always there in the city.
A tiny battle every week.
Right. But what if that frustration wasn't just annoying? What if it was actually like a sign pointing to a real opportunity?
Interesting.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something pretty fascinating. How one of the biggest city headaches, parking, is being turned into a surprisingly effective side hustle.
Making money from moving cars.
Basically, yeah. Our sources today are, a mix. We've got real-world examples like this one woman in New York City, plus some practical guides on how you could actually do this.
Okay.
So our mission, it's really to unpack how this seemingly simple inconvenience, this parking nightmare, can actually be a blueprint for a real valuable service.
Got it. So starting with the problem itself.
Yeah, let's nail that down. It's that universal city thing.
Yeah.
Alternate side parking. It's not just the hassle, it's the money, right? The fine stings. And honestly, just the mental space it takes up.
Well, and that's the key, I think, why this particular problem creates so much demand. It's not just avoiding, say, a $65 fine, which, is not nothing.
Definitely not.
But it's really about paying for something else. It's the client's time. It's their peace of mind. And honestly, it's taking away a chunk of that daily mental load.
With that background anxiety.
Exactly. Think about all that brain power spent on this chore. City dwellers, they're often running on fumes mentally anyway. So, convenience. Freedom from that nagging worry, that's becoming a premium. That's what people are increasingly willing to pay for.
That peace of mind, yeah, you can't really put a price on it. But okay, how does that become like a real service? The sources point to something really simple. Professional car sitting. Someone else just handles the car shuffle. For a flat fee, maybe, what, $50?
Around that, yeah. Simple concept.
It's super simple. But does it actually work? Let's look at this example from New York City. It really brings it home. Sydney Charlotte. After leaving her marketing job, she literally turned this exact parking headache into a side hustle.
Okay, so how does she actually do it? What's the day-to-day look like?
It sounds pretty straightforward, actually. She sits cars during those street sweeping windows. So she parks nearby, waits in her own car, maybe shuffles license plates if she needs to keep track, swaps keys. Basically, she's the car's guardian angel for that short, risky period.
And the professional angle here is interesting.
What do you mean?
Well, looking at the bigger picture, Sydney's approach really highlights how crucial trust and, professionalism are, even for something that sounds kind of informal, right? She videos everything, like a recording of the car's condition before, after, she uses signed agreements. That kind of thoroughness for just moving a car, that's what builds client confidence. It makes it a reliable service, not just a favor.
That's a great point. And it clearly worked for her. Our sources say in just a few months, she got over 500 inquiries.
Wow.
Yeah. And managed to cover half her rent with it. It's not some complicated tech thing. It's just spotting a real, everyday city problem and offering a simple, legal, effective fix. That kind of proves the concept, right?
Absolutely. It shows there's real demand.
So, okay, we see it works for Sydney, but why does this specific gig work so well as a business model? What makes it tick?
Well, that kind of gets into basic business principles, doesn't it? Why does this work? There are a few key reasons, I think. First, like we said, the demand is super high and the value is obvious. You pay $50 to avoid a $65 ticket, easy math.
Yeah, straightforward.
But the deeper value, again, is ditching that stress, that mental clutter. It's a convenience premium.
Okay, so high demand, clear value. What else?
Second, the barrier to entry is incredibly low. You don't need, special training or fancy certificates. Basically, a driver's license and being reliable. That makes it accessible.
True, almost anyone could theoretically do it.
Third, it scales surprisingly well. You can totally start just yourself handling a few cars. But if it takes off, you could bring on subs, other reliable people, maybe in different neighborhoods. You take a small cut.
Ah, interesting. Like a mini franchise model almost.
Sorta, yeah. And finally, the marketing. It's almost built in. Think about who tells their friends about this. Someone who just dodged a ticket or got their car moved without lifting a finger.
Totally. Word of mouth must be huge.
Exactly. That story of relief, maybe even a quick TikTok showing how smooth it was. It's perfect for local social media. Your happy clients basically become your marketers.
It really does sound like this perfect storm, Unmet need, easy to start, potential to grow. But hang on, Sydney's success is one thing. Are there, like downsides, challenges people might not expect. Is it really that simple for everyone?
That's fair. The concept's simple, yeah, but doing it well takes diligence. I think the main challenge probably boils down to logistics and trust. You have to be reliable. People are giving you their car keys.
Good point. Major trust involved.
Which is why Sydney's approach, the videos, the agreements, is so smart. If you're disorganized or late or something goes wrong, that trust evaporates instantly. So simple idea, maybe, but not necessarily effortless execution.
Okay, that makes sense. So for anyone listening who's maybe thinking, I could do this, the sources actually lay out some pretty practical steps to get started. First up, and this seems critical,
Yeah.
really research the local parking rules. Why is that step one? What happens if you skip it?
Oh, it's absolutely foundational. If you don't know the exact timing, the specific rules, the fines in your zone, you're flying blind. The danger isn't just getting yourself a ticket, it's getting your client's car ticketed.
Oof, yeah. Instant business killer.
Totally. Destroys trust, ruins your reputation. And cities are quirky. Rules can change block by block sometimes. So you're going to nail this part down first. Precision is key.
Okay, rule number one, know the rules inside out. Then what?
Next, put together a clear offer. What area do you cover? What are your hours? How much do you charge? Maybe offer package deals, like for a whole week or month. Be specific.
Makes sense. Be clear.
Then build that trust proactively. Record those condition videos before and after. Get client signatures on a simple agreement. That accountability is huge.
Right, the proof.
And protect yourself legally. A simple service waiver. It's not just red tape. It clarifies who's responsible for what, especially if something unexpected happens, like, I don't know, a sudden hailstorm. It actually builds confidence and protects you.
Okay, waiver, got it. And then, if things go well.
Then you think about scaling smart. If you've proven the demand in your area, maybe find trusted local sitters for nearby neighborhoods. You manage them, take a small commission, expand your reach without burning yourself out.
So even for something this seemingly casual, structure is key.
Absolutely. Professionalism matters. The waiver, the videos, clear communication, that's what makes it sustainable. It builds that necessary trust for a real business.
Okay, and now the question everyone's probably wondering, the money. What can you actually realistically earn doing this?
The sources suggest charging somewhere in the range of, say, $40 to $60 per sweep hour. Per car, basically.
40 to 60 bucks.
Okay.
So let's make that concrete. If you handled maybe 5 cars a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah, do the math. 5 cars a day at, let's say, $50 average, that's $250 a day. 5 days a week, that's potentially $1,000, maybe $1,500 a week.
Wow. Okay, that's actually pretty significant. And that's more than a lot of part-time jobs.
Definitely. And the hours are super flexible, right? You're working mainly during those specific street sweeping times. That makes it really appealing. I mean, you can almost feel the relief from the client, can't you? Dodging that ticket. It's like a tiny urban superpower you're providing.
A tiny urban superpower. I like that.
It really is. And it makes you wonder, how many other little overlooked annoyances could be turned into a service like this, tapping into that same feeling of relief, that willingness to pay for convenience.
Yeah, absolutely. So next time you're doing that endless circling for a spot, or you feel that familiar dread on alternate side day, maybe think about it differently. That frustration could be you spotting an open door, a business opportunity.
Which leads to a bigger question, maybe for you listening. What other everyday frustrations, those little things we all just put up with, might actually be hiding an opportunity? Something waiting for a simple, valuable fix. Think about it. What minor hassle in your life, or maybe your neighbor's life, could be the next unexpected side hustle?
Exactly. And for you, our listener, thinking about how to find these things, there are always these huge, complex ideas. Sometimes, like this, they're literally parked right there on the street, just waiting for someone to notice and act. So what part of this idea stands out to you?